So we both played Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem. What?
I want to say,
Yeah.
sorry, I am so disappointed that when you boot up, you don't get the Resident Evil 9.
I agree. Or like not even 9, just Resident Evil like like that would have been also good. But there's a lot missing from here that has some level of charm, which we'll get to in a second.
2 out of 10 game.
Well, I don't know about that one. But we are going to, the way we'll format this is we'll do a non-spoiler talk for the first, whatever minutes, and then we'll have a time step as to when the spoilers start. So just letting you guys know, and then you can either.
Dude, you have to like go back and be like, because the audio listeners.
Oh yeah.
Be like, yeah, we're gonna have a insert timestamp here.
Yeah, skip to, and then we'll just have it. Well, it's on screen right now. Skip to this. Or actually, no, don't skip to this because that's the spoilers. If you want spoilers, this is where it starts. If you don't want spoilers, this is where it starts. Right? I think that's how we want to do it.
Bro, me being a podcast listener, what the fuck is this?
Well, there's timestamps in the podcast too, so.
I know, but just imagine you're just like. Anyways.
But yeah, okay. What non-spoiler talk? What did you think about Resident Evil Requiem?
Non-spoiler. Okay. I liked, because I didn't play the 7 or 8, which were like the first person kind of reimaginings of the series, right? We're like, oh, how did they revive the series?
Okay.
I didn't play those, so I found playing Grace's section in first person very refreshing. I was like, I really like this. And had to do double takes and kind of be a bit slower and constantly crouch. So it really added the tension.
Were you playing it like that Call of Duty guy who was playing it before? I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, there's a video of a guy playing it like it's like Rainbow Six Siege, and he's like jiggle peeking everything. He's like, someone's gonna get at the corner, and he's at the very beginning of the game where he like go to the hotel. I'm like, dude, I liked it.
What would you give it out of 10? Like what would, like off of the bat, right?
Ooh.
Like, because for me, I didn't like it as much when I played through it the first time, and then the more I played it, I'm like, okay, hold on, they're really cooking here,
Yeah.
So it took a couple like plays for me to be like, oh, actually, you know what?
Yeah. This isn't really a spoiler, but like Dave and I, like it's on the cover. You play as 2 characters, right? The premise is Grace is more scary Resident Evil. Leon is more action in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
My issue, like, it is more about how they switch between the two. For me, it's a little bit of a whiplash, but they probably did it from like a pacing perspective because like you can't like constantly throw like tension and fear because at some point the next segment isn't going to hit as hard. So like I think they need to like okay, we finished this like encounter. Now we put this aside. Okay, because if you introduce a second segment of like scares, I don't think people are gonna be as scared. So like they
have to space it out more. You're saying?
Yeah. Because traditionally you would probably like once you finish like the first puzzle.
Yeah.
Once you finish the first puzzle, traditionally you would expect that like okay, this is a good saving point. The people are gonna walk away and revisit the game later, right? Like it's kind of like a holistic moment. And you wrap up. You're like, okay, I'm at a good stopping point. And then you when you feel like you want to like, get scared again, you would boot the game back. But this game, it's like, oh, you finished this segment. Okay, we're gonna throw you into an action segment, and then the action segments are like very brief, and it's like, okay, you're back to scary.
Yep.
So.
Yeah,
the whiplash wasn't too keen on, but I understand why it's there.
Yeah, I would agree that I can. Well, okay, I can't get into too many details because of spoilers. But when we get to the spoiler section, I'll talk about it.
I also didn't answer the question. I would give it 8.5.
8.5. Okay, that's a fair score. I initially gave it a 8 out of 10, and then I played it again and again, and I was like, okay, never mind, 9 out of 10. So, and we can get into more details as to why, but I would agree about the whiplash bit to an extent. I think that Grace's section in the beginning of the game the hospital area that you're in. Again, not a spoiler.
Mhm.
Very, very well designed in terms of like it's a fun like because every Resident Evil, like the whole idea of Resident Evil, like is like you're dealing with obtuse ass doors, you're dealing with like stupid puzzles at times, some like really like
Yeah.
like it's really like gamey, and you're like this is so dumb, but I'm here for like it's really like what's the word
It's sort of a little bit self-aware because I think even in
yeah
like Resident Evil 3, like Carlos or he's like, what the hell kind of door is that? Right?
yeah
And it's like, oh, you need a gem stone to put in this door. And it's like it's very quirky. It's like oh, the guy that designed your local escape room designed this mansion.
well yeah right like there's a part in the game in the very beginning parts of the game where you have to open a door, again not a spoiler, and you have to use a gem to open the door. You do it and the character's like, how the hell do people get in here usually? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like could you imagine working in this hospital? Hey, you guys want to go to the break room? Yeah, sure. Ah, shit, where's the gem? Oh, Donnie had it. Hey, Donnie, you got the gem? Oh, I put it in the vat of goo. You gotta go with the vat of goo. Like,
but he dropped it in the toilet.
oh, and you gotta flush the toilet 9 times to get it. It's like, all right, man. Like, what were you thinking? But, yeah, Grace's sections are very well designed. I think that what she does in her sections is like really fun. And I think that like the horror and the scares that they're able to build really really shine well in the game. And I think that having like a well, I won't say because it's a little bit of spoiler, but regardless, it's a really well designed section, and I think that I would put it at the top of like my list of like really fun horror segments in a game to like go through. I would like do it again happily. Like when I was doing it the second time or third time, I was like, oh, like this is great. You know, like this is really, really fun.
Yeah. No, I agree, dude. There's a part when you play as Grace at the very beginning where you enter a room and you read a children's book and it sets the tone so well. You're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, the children's book. Yeah.
I was like, dude, what is this? I was like, yeah. But it also, in terms of setting tone, the Grace's voice actress, dude, such a great job.
Fantastic.
Like, honestly,
she killed it.
Like, yeah, like the
what is her
very
name?
convincing with the performance. Honestly, way better than Leon.
You
Like,
think so?
I mean, but granted, well, okay, because Leon, like it's a
Angela Santalbano, that's probably super wrong, killed it as Grace. Super recommend like her for any role in the future. Like it's I would say equivalent to hearing the Shadowheart and Mael voice actor for the first time. You're like, whoa, she's really good. Jennifer English, right? That kind of like talent. But yeah, sorry, continue.
Because no, like she embodied the character so well. Like you can tell like the stutters that she had when is coming from like a fear that someone that's behind a desk now it gets thrown into this kind of world. How do they react? Never has held a gun before, type of thing.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah.
So you feel that sort of sense, not necessarily dread, but like that sense of fear manifesting in action and in voice. Like even when you're aiming, the gun is shaking so much. You know, it's
unless you get stabilizers. Yeah, I think Grace's sections are really good, really excellent. Leon's sections I think are really fun, and I think they do a really good job of mimicking. Well, okay, I think for what they do a good job of mimicking Resident Evil 4 remakes stuff. But I felt as though Leon's sections were not as in depth and as not as like crazy as Resident Evil 4's remake stuff was. And it's not a bad thing, but I'm saying for the context, it makes total sense, right? Resident Evil 4 remake, you're playing as Leon the entire time, so that system really needs to be fleshed out. Here, while you're playing as Leon for quite a big portion of the game, because you're switching between two characters, there could be a little bit of a lack of depth from each character, kind of. You know, like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't mean to talk bad about it.
They're building two games.
Exactly.
In that.
Yeah. So I definitely felt as though Leon had, and maybe this is just because I played it differently, but I think I felt as though Leon had less kit here. Well, actually, no, he definitely did have less kit here in terms of weapons and things like that, right? But I think that they handled it well. It's not a critique in terms of it's bad, but I'm just wanted to point that out that like I definitely think that Leon's sections compared to Resident Evil 4 had less kit, but it made sense as to why. I still really enjoyed it, you know? I also think they captured Leon's like goofy shit really well. His one-liners, his his action hero bit of like, oh, you're a big boy now, like him, like when he like fights like a really fat enemy or whatever, or like when he goes through a door and all the zombies wake up, he's like, of course, like I found myself saying the same shit he was saying, like where I walk through a door and like all the zombies in the room that were previously not dead wake up or not alive wake up, and I'm like, oh, of course, and he says it like, oh, of course, like right after that. I'm like, okay, well, he gets it, you know?
Yeah, he like they lean into the one-liners more than usual.
Yeah,
but like
it's corny, but I had fun with it. I like it.
It works. I really like it. It's part of the character. He's
Mhm.
like, it's like there's like a big guy, and he's like, oh, time to put you on a diet or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just saying dumb stuff like.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because people on Twitter were doing a trend. We're like, they're like
Leon
okay,
versus other
Sephiroth,
people or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is your Final Fantasy. or he goes up to like Freddy. He's like,
I don't need 5 nights. I could.
Yeah. It's gonna take one night or something.
Yeah.
Like it's great.
It's really fun, and I think not getting too far into it without spoilers, but Leon's sections are really fun. I do think that because the game is structured the way that it is, overall, I think the two characters together are overall a weaker package, but each character individually is really fantastic to play as. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. But overall, really liked it. I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10. I would actually rank it in my personal list of RE games that I've like played through completion, all that stuff. I would still put RE4 Remake, RE8, and then this one at third best. They're all really good, and they're all like at 9 out of 10s or like 9.5 out of 10s. But that's my personal ranking of those of that like kind of the immediate 3 that I just played recently. So
it's a great game, honestly. I would want to give it a 9. I think it's just I was not one of those things where I was like super blown away by it. The story is not the craziest thing. It's like, I think, par for the course of a Resident Evil.
I'm not gonna lie, some of this story shit was really dumb, but we
can
pivot into so all right, we will now be going to spoilers. Wee woo spoilers.
Okay. If you don't want spoilers, go back to the other timestamps.
Yeah, if you don't want spoilers,
or go forward.
Go forward. There's timestamps of the podcast episode.
I low-key just like Sisyphus bouldered whoever's listening. If you don't want timestamps, go back. It's a time loop. And then they go back and they listen to it, and they're like, "No, I don't want spoilers."
Podcast timestamp, and then if you're on the YouTube channel, we have other videos. Check those out. Okay.
Or just watch. Or actually, wait. Or actually, no. I'm so stupid.
Or. Okay, go ahead.
Because I was like, oh well, if you're watching the standalone video, go to the rest of the podcast.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That's what I said. Mine's like inclusive. Choose your own
adventure.
Mine's inclusive. It includes that bit.
Okay, dude.
Okay. Spoilers for Resident Evil 9. What?
Okay, so the game has multiple endings.
Okay,
I picked the wrong ending.
He did pick the wrong ending.
Dude, it's hilarious how much the game is like, bro, you for real picked the wrong ending, because the premise of the game, right, at the very end, right, is there's a super weapon called Elpis, which in my brain I was like, oh, this is just like it's just a guy trying to say Elvis, but he got the letters wrong. So the lore was like weird in my head. So it's a super weapon that the founder of Umbrella was wanting to unleash on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
that's what the game wants you to think for the entire game. That it's a super weapon. That it's like the key to holding untold power and all this stuff in the universe and all that. But yeah.
So in my thing was like, oh, like, because you listen to a video of him talking about, and he's like, "Oh, humanity is doomed. They have false hope. Blah 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 blah. I regret everything I did in my life." I'm like, "Okay, this guy. Okay, so that's what I got." So then you go at the very end. It's like, Grace, you know the truth. What are you supposed to do? And it's like, you apparently know the secret passcode. So I'm like, oh, obviously this guy regrets his life, so he wants to destroy everything. So I'm like, oh yeah, just destroy Elpis, and then you destroy it, and Leon gets domed in the head.
Bro, Leon, no, he doesn't get domed. His shit gets blown smooth off. Yeah. He's gone. Because they show earlier the guy who shoots the Wesker Light, who shoots Leon in the head after choosing this ending. His gun is capable of blowing heads off of fully armored individuals. So Leon takes that point blank.
Shoots like tank shells.
Oh, literally. Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, it's like literally like a tank shell. So Leon gets domed to the head. His head is gone. They don't even show it because it's like, you don't want to see this. But
it's really bad. And so it's like you do this segment, and it's like, oh, the platform just like, you're in this like secret lab. You're always in a secret lab. So the platform blows up. Everything goes crazy, and then the game, like, it's like this segment's like 2 minutes long, and then you just get like the most basic cut to black kind of credits, and then it's like, and the game's like, oh, do you want to see the other ending maybe? it's like the most like, buddy, are you sure? Yes, no. And I'm like, all right, sure, let's go play the other ending. And the other ending is literally like another 30 minutes of game plus like a fully
a boss fight. You remove the boss
fight. Yeah. A whole boss fight that I missed, a whole 30 minutes of cutscenes, and then a whole stylized credit sequence with music and the cinematics and all this design stuff. And I was like, wow, they really want you to know that one ending is the canon ending.
Absolutely. Because also once you do the canon ending, they release this thing called the umbrella, like Grace Ashcroft's report. It's a 60-page document that you can read that details all the way up from Resident Evil, I think 1, all the way up to now. And it's like a story of what Umbrella did, who was involved, where all that stuff. And it's like literally like hey, Umbrella is done. This is what's going on. So like they really reward you for like choosing the right ending, obviously, because they need it for the next for whatever. But yeah, Ahmed texted me. He's like, bro, were you not supposed to destroy Elpis? And I was like, dog, how? Like,
no, okay. I asked him, what ending did you get? He's like, oh, I got this ending. He's like, please tell me you didn't destroy Elpis.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I saw both endings, but it's like,
Yeah, well, but backtracking a little bit, right? The game, so I guess I kind of want to go through the game chronologically just a little bit, because it's like I have thoughts throughout the entire game, right?
Yeah. Lay them out.
The care center, one of the most well-designed like horror like experiences, survival horror experiences like that you are dealing with, right? I think every zombie placement and every zombie interaction is bespoke and really well thought out. There's not that many zombies. There's not like a crazy amount, but the ones that are in there are very strategically placed and a lot of fun to deal with, I will say that the game, which is really good, I'm glad they do this, on insanity mode, they change up some of the zombie placements and interactions and encounters on that playthrough, the insanity playthrough, which is the most difficult version of the game. So when you're in a place and you're expecting, oh, there's gonna be a zombie here, he's not there, he's actually behind you, or like he's in this other area. So there's that like kind of thing to kind of deal with, or like to figure out. So if you want some replay value, that's there. But overall, the care center is really good. I definitely think that if you know how to play a Resident Evil game, you can wipe the floor in the care center as Grace. So much so that when I went through with Leon, I went through all the areas. I went through like the care center because they have you go through it as Leon as well. Went through all the areas, did every room as Leon, and I was like, there is literally nothing for me to do except for getting the goodies that Grace left behind for Leon, because I have literally killed everything in the care center as Grace.
Yeah.
They give so much loot to you, and if you're smart with how you use the Requiem ammo, which is the big revolver they give you that's like a one hit kill for most zombies, you can quite literally, I think the thing that really sold it or like made it really easy is that blood sucker. By the way, the blood sucker tool, just black magic at that point. Like you're just sucking up blood, and you can like combine it with scraps to make bullets. Like, all right, man, like it's really goofy. But once you get the recipe for like Requiem ammo, or like once you get the recipe for like handgun ammo, you can just kill zombies like forever, right?
Yeah, because you can make scraps out of everything. There was someone online that was saying that you can take the unique coins and make scrap out of it.
Yeah, if you had enough. Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's yeah, you definitely, it has options for people.
And I would also say that like the hemolytic injectors, which are the stealth one hit kills, I will be honest, I don't know if they should be in the game because they're so overpowered. I was able to kill the chef. I was able to kill all the screaming zombies. I was able to kill the like everything with those. I just had like 5 in my inventory at one time. I just killed everything. And like the chef was like a really annoying bit, but when I snuck up behind him and killed him, it's like instant pop. He's gone. You know?
Yeah.
And then that left me with like extra Requiem bullets because they're saying, hey, they should expect you to use the Requiem bullets on there. I mean, you don't have to, but like generally most people use a Requiem on the chef. So then I had like 5 bullets, so I just unloaded them into Chunk, and then he died after 2 or 3. So then Chunk was gone. I didn't have to deal with him. You know, like there's different things like that. And it's not bad. I'm not saying it in a way where it's like it's really bad, but like the game really rewards you if you know what you're doing in terms of a Resident Evil game, and I kind of like that about it.
Yeah, no, it was good. I think I wish there was more like inventory management. Like, okay, it's fine. I say this and like I kept running out of space.
Yeah, he did.
But I wish like it let you just swap things and put things on the floor and just instead of destroying it.
Yeah.
But it was still like that's not like a big gripe. From the story perspective, I hope that this is like the end for Leon, because I don't know, like just let the guy relax, bro. Like because the ending was like basically like he gets cured from his disease.
He has AIDS the entire game basically, and he's
and then they literally just like like, oh dude, we found the magic cure, and he's like, oh dude, look, my hand's not black anymore.
And he's also like, I've never felt better in years. It's like, all right, he's coming back for like 30 more games. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think Leon's combat felt excellent. I think it felt really good. I think it was really fun to do. I am a little bummed at the weapon selection. I don't think there was enough weapons in the game for Leon. There was like one alternative weapon for each kind of for each gun. Like the pistol had the main pistol and then the secondary pistol, and like that's it. And I'm kind of like, that's it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, because I feel like I would gravitate, like in other games, I would just gravitate to like one of each.
No, for sure. I would also do the same, but I like the idea of like if I wanted to go back and play through it again, I have like for Resident Evil 4 remake, right? I went back and I beat the game with the Red 9, and then I went back again. I beat the game with like the Punisher. It's a different style of play. It's a different kind of gun, you know, a different kind of pistol. But here you have the silenced pistol or the other pistol, and that's it. And they're both virtually the same, except for one is silent, one isn't. So that's like something to consider. You have one rifle or the other rifle. You have one. Yeah, they gave you multiple shotgun types, I guess, but like realistically, they're all low key the same. I feel like. But I think his combat, the axe was great. I think using the axe was a lot of fun. The parrying mechanic and things like that. The spider boss. What do you think about that?
Very random, dude. I don't know. It was kind of mid.
Okay, I also
didn't really
move
move the needle.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, or rather, I'm glad they didn't do enemy type, but it didn't really like shock me with how like his gameplay. I felt like wasn't spider like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty.
Yeah.
Felt like a pretty standard.
And honestly, I'm thinking back. I don't even remember any of the bosses. Like they were pretty like the Mr. X boss fight was like really simple.
Oh, it was very simple. Yeah, I will say I think Leon's segment, all of his story bits were very much a callback to some earlier game, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil like 3, exploring Raccoon City. Like, I think that middle bit of Leon doing Raccoon, I think the Raccoon City bit is fun. Like the building bit with the broken glass, there's like an area where you're walking around and
Mm-hmm.
you're on a basically a collapsed building, and you're standing on the window panes. The way the building's oriented, the floor is the window panes, and you can shoot the window panes to make it fall. I got really annoyed at this part because I thought it was really cool to like, I jumped onto the glass and I was like, oh, it cracks. Let me try and shoot the glass to see if it breaks. And sure enough, there was a zombie standing. I shot it and it breaks. The second after I did that, I took a step forward, and then there's a big in-game tutorial. Hey, by the way, and it's like, okay, man, like I got it. Like
Yeah.
I would have really enjoyed, like I figured it out, but I would have preferred a world where they didn't have this tidbit, so that if you were playing the game for the first time and you walk into this scenario, you're like, I wonder, and then you explore that idea, showing
Mm-hmm.
instead of telling, because they do a good job of showing it, but they kind of just straight up just tell you right after, which I kind of thought was a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
But that's like a little bit of
No,
a gripe.
yeah, there was watching this dude on YouTube, Nakey Jakey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He had the same exact point. He was like, "Bro, I would have been so cool to figure out." And then they're like, "Yo, bro, do you know the glass breaks?" And then there's another point later in the game where it's like, "Oh my God, Leon is so sick. He's gonna randomly just cough up blood, and your screen's gonna get purple."
Which also
Like,
didn't
just
feel like,
random.
I feel like that didn't even affect my game when I
Yeah,
it's like, all right, man, like by the way, bang bang, like the zombies are dead.
yeah. This is random. Okay, something I actually reminds me. This game has amazing animation.
Oh
from
yes, yes.
like so when you're playing as Leon, if you get hit, like and you're like staggering and you aim while you're staggered, it like he's like aiming from the hip because like he doesn't have good like positioning.
Yeah.
And so your aim is like screwed up until you like
You
get a
recenter
minute
yourself
and
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so interesting to see that because like it looks like he's holding the gun with one hand, and it's like, oh, they thought about this because like obviously you're gonna be getting hit a lot, so it's cool that they added this in.
Yeah. Well, also the fun bit was the custom animation, like kills, like when you go up to someone and they're critically low and you shoot them point blank, he does like a cool like animation, like he shoves a shotgun in their mouth and he blows their head off, or like he like uppercuts them with a pistol and their head explodes, like because he's shooting it, or like the Requiem where he like spins around them and he like kicks their knee out and he blasts their head. Like such cool animations. So I did three playthroughs. First one on normal, second one a speedrun one without any blood or healing items, so that I could get like enough points to get infinite ammo. And then my third run was insanity mode with infinite ammo. And that infinite ammo run is really fun because I had an unlimited ammo rocket launcher, so all the boss fights were virtually pointless. I had an infinite ammo Requiem, which was also a lot of fun because these enemies were like a little bit more spongy, so when you had a Requiem and like you blow their head off, it's like a really satisfying pop. So the bit where you go into the police station as Leon and that officer comes by, and you kill him, he's like, oh, rest easy, officer. I walked up to him with the Requiem and I did the whole special animation where I blew his head off. And it's like rest easy, officer. It's like, bro, yeah, okay, man, all right. But what did you
get the little Easter egg of Tofu Jill?
I didn't know. I didn't see that. I missed it, but
Okay.
I saw it
I
afterwards
saw it
on
by
YouTube
accident,
video.
dude. It was such a whiplash because I saw it by accident and I was like, bro, this guy is coughing up blood. This guy is like the world's ending, and a freaking little tofu with the hat just
Yeah.
was hopping around. I was like, what is this?
I saw it on YouTube, but afterwards I was like, oh, that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I didn't play Resident Evil 2 Requiem. I didn't play Resident Evil 2 Remake or Resident Evil 2 Original. So the raccoon police department bit didn't hit me as hard.
Okay.
But it was still really cool to see, and I it's one of those things where I recognize the nostalgia bit because it's like, okay, like I hear the music, I see all the puzzles, like all this stuff, but it just, for me, it didn't hit that hard because I didn't engage with it. But you did, right? Like, I mean, were you like, oh, this is here?
Yeah, because like you realize like how small the police station is.
Yep.
Because you go through and I'm like, oh, dude, I remember I had to juke Mr. X at this point.
Yep.
In the library, and then I remember this is, you have to put like the coins here, or not the coins, you have to press
like the dials in a certain order or whatever,
the
right?
dials to get the medallion or something. So
Yeah.
it was neat. And then you realize like, oh, this is the one door where like this guy was, and so it was neat.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of
Like it's nice that they combine both things. So like there's definitely like a part like You can see the places in like Resident Evil 3 as well, because 2 and 3 take place in Raccoon City. It just has different. And yeah, you get to see all the whole kind of life cycle. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And so I gave it a 9 out of 10, right? As I said earlier, I think the ending story was really stupid in terms of like, Grace, we got to get off this platform. All right, totally makes sense. Leon, where do we go now? Back to the platform. Why? Like, they didn't have the Elpis information at that point, but they're both making their way back up to that platform that they just escaped. And they walked back up, and the guy, the Wesker Light, who, by the way, don't even know why he was in the game, but he was.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a good point. They didn't explain who this guy was. They're like, oh yeah, this is Xeno.
He's
Bro,
like
where's
a
Wesker?
Illuminati.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't
Wesker's
think
dead.
Wesker died.
He did die. He's dead.
When did he die?
RE5.
6?
5.
In 5. He's not coming back.
No, dude, he's like dead. He's like in lava and ash. He got blown up with a rocket launcher. That's like definitive in Resident
Okay,
Evil.
I'll be honest. I had when I was younger, I had rented Resident Evil 5, and I got to the point where I was supposed to be punching the boulder as Chris, and I could not tap hard enough, and the game had to be returned the next day, and I was like, damn it, I don't know. So I really don't know what happened.
You could never waterboard that information out of me.
What do you mean?
Quitter.
Okay, because first off, wait. When you're mashing the boulder, they're like, oh, press like square and circle at the same time, like two opposite buttons, and I'm out here.
Sure, buddy, sure. But regardless, yeah, I think the story is really stupid. But that's fine. Like, I'm not expecting like the world's like best quality of things, you know, from a Resident Evil game specifically when it comes to story. I think that Leon's section as well, I think very much like benefits from, if you've played a Resident Evil game, you kind of know what to deal with. So for example, I was walking into a room and I saw a bunch of like people in like the glass containers. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna deal with this now, so when I have to come through this door later, I won't have to deal with them again. And sure enough, walked through a room, killed all those enemies in the glass things, left, came back, and then they're like, oh, enemies are being released, and it's like, oh, no one's here because they're all dead, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of goofy, but it was fun regardless. I do think after seeing Xeno and the way he moved and stuff, I think they're gonna make a Resident Evil 5 remake.
Oh,
I think it's coming. What'd you say? You said, oh, for sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think the current rumor is between that and also a Code Veronica remake.
Well, apparently it's between Code Veronica and 1 right now, and then it might be a 5. So we'll see how it goes. I kind of wish the game was longer. I don't know if you also felt the same, but I feel like it felt a little short.
Yeah. I think considering that it's 2 experiences, like they're probably gonna add like a mercenaries mode too, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, they're working on a story expansion, they said. So
yeah.
Whatever that might look like. I think I also give it a 9 out of 10 because I think Grace's sections were very front loaded. Okay, actually, we didn't talk about it at all. The girl persistent enemy, very interesting to deal with.
The girl
the big monster that follows you around. She's called the girl.
Oh yeah.
I really liked like dealing with her, figuring out how to like get around her, and like, you know, there were definitely some scary bits with her, and I liked that Mr. X feel of like someone chasing you throughout and is like really smart and is able to take out the lights and kind of get to you, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, when she took out the lights, I was like, oh my god, dude, please. I was like, oh, this is so simple. And I was like, dude, I'm actually just beelining it. It was interesting. I don't know if I just teased it, but it didn't. Like the second time she comes up when you're in like the sewers, it wasn't that bad. Cause I felt like the game was like, okay, you're gonna have pockets where she's gonna show up and then where she's not gonna show up. It didn't feel as spontaneous.
Fair enough. I would agree with that. It didn't feel as bad, but I think you're also at a point in that game where it's like, okay, now you kind of get it. Like, how to maneuver around her, like figure it out from there. Um, yeah, I think that overall the game is really good. I think that the game suffers from being the ninth one in a saga of like, all right, what shenanigans is Umbrella up to now? You know, like, so they needed a way to like tie it off with a bow, if that makes sense. Overall, I think, you know, pretty great package, and I'm glad I played it. What is it, game of the year contender for you, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree as
Like
well.
I could see it. Like if when they add the story DLC and then they add mercenaries, and I think definitely for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I there isn't anything else, right? Like game of the year, you'd pick like 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think for sure that would make it up there.
Isn't GTA 5 coming out this year or 6? Or is it next year?
Supposedly this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair. But
Yeah,
that was
we talked a long time for this. The heck.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot to say. But thank you guys for listening to the Resident Evil 9 spoiler talk.